So how are Republicans responding to last night's primetime hearing? Trump posted this to his social media platform saying, quote, "The so-called rush on the Capitol was not caused by me. It was caused by a rigged and stolen election." Representative Jim Jordan tweeted, "Where's the primetime hearing on President Biden's botched Afghanistan withdrawal?" Finally, House Republican Conference Chairwoman Elise Stefanik said about the hearings. Take a look.
They're not having primetime hearings on the inflation crisis, on the border crisis, on the gas crisis, on the crime crisis, on the baby formula shortage. Not only are they not having primetime hearings on those subjects, they're having no hearings on those subjects. So this is just shameless attempt at creating a political circus to try to change the narrative, and we will push back aggressively.
Erica, you were shaking your head.
Yeah. This gaslight situation is completely beyond me. This what about politics, completely beyond me. This is an absolute ploy to have Americans be distracted by other things that they truly care about and absolutely deserve a platform. We're talking about what happened on January 6, 2021. We're, June 10th, 2022? That's how long we've waited to sit down and have this conversation. That's how long we've waited for all the facts to come out. So you want to bring up the formula crisis, which was a crisis, which the Republicans did shut down.
Thank you.
And did vote against, you're right.
Right, which is all about, it has happened in the past couple of months. We're talking about the issue at hand. Now you want to talk about safety, border, gun controls, all of this. When we wanted to talk about gun control, you wanted to talk about something else. So just keep in mind, anytime someone doesn't answer the question, and what if, what about you? Because it's all a ploy for you in your mind to be like, that is something I really care about. Well, what about that? And then you forget about this. So just be very careful when people are trying to distract you.
Yeah, well, distraction by the media is the American way, right? No matter what you want to talk about hard issues, we pivot to something else to get off the actual issue at hand. And what does the media love talking about the most? Donald Trump. It brings up their ratings, whether you like to admit it or not. CNN's fell big time when Trump left office.
Absolutely.
Now, guess what? They're going to go back up. Everyone's ratings are going to go back up because Trump's now back in the news. We talk a lot about Eastern European people like falling for propaganda and how they're controlled by their government, things like that. So are we. Let's not mistake what Fox News is. Let's not mistake what CNN is. If you believe that, or they're selling you that information and you're buying it, you're not tuning into the other channel. You're buying the information that they're selling. And we have propaganda right here in America because we are tuned in to whatever distracts us the most.
And
that's propaganda in some sort of way.
Narrative. To Jeff's point, I keep hearing the gaslighting narrative.
It's always like, oh, don't. It's a very actually effective and ancient strategy. Don't look over here because we're looking over here,
right.
Which is so funny because, as you said, Republicans voted against doing that as a bill, which is makes me irate. Here's what I'll say, though, too. The party that you're seeing, the committee, the January 6th committee, know that it's a bipartisan committee. So when you're saying, like, I just want the truth and not propaganda, they used a documentary filmmaker who has no bias. It is the most unbiased.
But let's watch at the end. You can't make an opinion after watching one day. That's kind of, they were definitely leaning, right? Using Donald Trump. Everyone had an agenda to bury Donald Trump. I'm not sticking up for him.
I think they
Please
just
don't
showed the
confuse
story.
this for me supporting what happened.
Bury it.
Right, but yeah, let's have the whole trial play out because we're just coming off the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial, so we're seeing like question, answer, and then defense, question, answer, right? Yesterday was one-sided, and I'm not saying, again,
How
don't
do you
confuse,
feel like it was one-sided? Because, like, what's the
because
other
it was
side?
day one.
But what's the other side to
the
that?
next couple weeks.
But how will you take another side when we saw people like spraying?
Again, don't attack me, number one. And number two, don't confuse what I'm saying with what Donald Trump did. I'm not saying it's okay. And if the end game is Donald Trump go to jail, then go to jail.
Right.
Right? But we need. That's what I'm just going to leave it there.
You want us to do our due diligence.
Yeah, and I don't, and because I'm trying to say I want it balanced, I don't need to be attacked by the other side when I'm actually in the middle. Okay, I'm saying we need to hear both sides.
Fair.
I don't care what, we all saw what it is. I know there's two sides. Not to me, you don't attack the capital of your country if you have any American pride. You don't do that. So don't get confused of what side I'm on. But what I'm saying is, let's not have media bias our influence, because that's leading into propaganda. That's exactly what I said. And when people from the other side start attacking the other side, we get nowhere. That's what I'm saying.
It's very presidential of you, and I mean that in a compliment. I really do.